Hi Dan. Yes, ribs. Yeah. Not part of the live. Yeah, they're just dinner. Coco's not a fan of the smell, but she stood there next to the oven. Go and stand outside where it doesn't smell of Chinese blend. Off you go.
Go sunbathe in the shade under the bench.
Good afternoon. Hi, Kat. How are we all doing? Come and say hello if you're watching. Is hopefully, can you hear fans going? Because I've got a fan just there. So is there any noise interference at all? Otherwise I have to move it. Hi Emily. Oh, hang on. Right, I thought about this last time. We need to move the camera because I can't keep doing that. Because I literally can't see comments.
So that way?
Go that way a little bit, yeah. There you go. Stop. There you go. I can see. There you go. I can see all of them.
Just got more of the
right. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
It's not that big of an issue when there's no induction.
No. Oh yeah. I'm not cooking at all. Right. Good. So the fan's sort of pushing towards me here. This is quite nice. Okay. So we're going to do. We were having a debate last night. What is it? Is it an Arctic roll or is it a Swiss roll? I'm making it as a Swiss roll style, but so you can actually freeze it, and you could eat it frozen if you wanted to. So like an Arctic roll. It's up to you. Obviously, making something like this and freezing it down means you've got great portion control. And I've had a quick go because I haven't tried this recipe so far up until about half an hour ago using the Panda Flour. So what I've got here is a tester. So this is one of the sponges, but it's quite thin, this one. So I'm going to increase the volume just because I'm using our silicone pasta sheets. So the normal recipe calls for 3 eggs. I used 4 in this one, but I'm going to go up to 5. Okay. What's not to like about sponge and ice cream, Cat? But obviously I'm going to do it Swiss roll style. So we're going to fill it with the cream cheese and cream cheese and strawberry cream inside, and then we're going to roll it, and then we're going to pop it in the freezer. So this was a trial one. I'm going to hopefully not need to use it at all because I'm hoping that I can get the other one cool in this time of the live. Because it was crazy how easy this was to roll, because then it literally just popped out the silicone tray, and I was able to do that with it instantly. The previous version, you have to keep it on the paper and inch it over very, very slowly, whereas this one is very flexible. Even that it's that thin there, it's wafer thin there where the tray was uneven. So hopefully I won't need to use that one. What's an Arctic roll? Right, there's a recipe. Dan, did you not know we've got a recipe in?
I don't think it's in the live. I think it's only in the book.
Is it with
Creative Bakes.
Dan, did you not know we've got a recipe in Creative Bakes? Like sponge but not cold sponge. Is this like I like corned beef but not hot corned beef, or what's the other one? Tuna but not hot tuna.
That's Cat, isn't it? Tuna but not.
Is it tuna and not hot tuna?
Or is that Diane? Or both?
Do you know what? Does it contain Eskimos? No Eskimos will be damaged or harmed in the process of making a Panda Swiss frozen Arctic roll. Yeah? Right, so I'm sort of compromising here. The recipe calls for 3 large eggs. I've got mediums. I'm going to use 5. So I suppose with the recipe, what we're doing is replacing what was ground almonds, coconut flour, and psyllium husk. We're replacing it with with Panda Flour. See, I've had people turn their nose up in the last day about hot corned beef. I was like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with hot corned beef? Anyway, so I'm going to use, so this is for a bigger tray, obviously. The chocolate log recipe is that FFS? Mm-hmm. Yeah, in FFS. Is in a 7x10 tray. One of those standard metal trays, you know. So the original recipe, hey Ross, original recipe would have filled one of those trays, whereas this recipe is going to fill one of these. Okay, so there's a bit of a difference. So that's why I'm increasing the volume just a little bit. What's Polar Flour, Ross? I forgot to make another one now. I love tin salmon. I used to eat a lot of tin salmon with my gran. They used to get a lot of tin salmon, but yeah, you have to get used to the bones, don't you? Like you have to sort of picking the bones out. Right, so we got 5 medium eggs. There's a small difference. There's about 5 gram difference between. Right. Thanks, Ross. Yes. So that's the subsection. It's really simple, this recipe. It's whisk your eggs. What I'm doing now. We're going to add some sweetener. Now, I think the recipe calls for 15 grams. 15 grams of sweetener. I'm going to use about 25 in here. Again, it's increased in. Go on, 0. Obviously, sweetener, you all got your own preferences, just which one you're going to use, how much you use. Okay. Ours is erythritol with monk fruit. Give it a good mix. Polar, Panda, Pizza, Mini, Bruschetta. I really have to say that slowly. Polar, Panda, Pizza. See, I was working on a polar version. I'm still trying to figure it out. So a white panda. Vanilla, teaspoon of vanilla. Oops. Is the recipe going in the library?
Yeah, I'm typing it.
Ella's typing it as we go. Right, so Panda. I didn't quite, I used a little bit less than I probably could have done earlier. I'm going off the recommendation that they swapped it. This has been tried with somebody else. 30 grams of Panda to take everything else out, which is the equivalent of 25, 40, 50, 55 grams. I don't know yet, Ross. I'm going to go with 45 grams. Sounds about right. If we write in this as a 3-egg value, then it's 20, yeah? Sorry, it's 30.
I'm just writing what you...
You're writing, right, okay, you're writing this.
I think more people are going to have
a bigger, yeah, no, I suppose if you're going to be getting a silicon tray to make your pasta on, then we might as well make good use of those trays. So this is definitely thicker than the one that I did a few minutes ago. Much thicker. Probably 5 grams too much in the way of. So I'm going to have to make this a 6-egg mix because that's gone too thick. Yeah. I preferred the 20 grams of.
So shall I drop it down to 40 grams?
Yeah.
For 5 eggs?
Yeah. It's not even close to being spreadable. That's better. It is a little bit of a thick batter, but it's spreadable. Yeah.
Look at the colour of it.
Well, it's the eggs, isn't it? Eggs are amazing. Right. So obviously this is Wing It Wednesday. So we don't usually have a recipe written up for this. We sort of make recipes as we go.
Oh, you can't get better than my no sweet salad.
Yeah. The one that I did a little earlier. Yeah. Nice flowers. I had neighbours home. Just so you all know, neighbours home.
Which means Coco's launched herself to an event.
What I didn't realise earlier, this is one of the extendable trays. You sort of see the line there. That ridge there caused the other bake to go thin there on the ridge. So I'm going to tuck it in so it's into the side. Right. That looks better. So my other mix was very thin, but still worked. You can see it's obviously worked as a base. Right. I'm just going to push it around and I'm going to sort of knock the tray out just to sort of get it nice and even. It's only a 10-minute bake, this. Chicken tikka ice cream would be nice. Totally agree, Ross. My preferred ice cream is salt and vinegar, actually. You might have put some context to that, Emma. What's rank? Rather than dropping the metal tray, I'm going to. It's me. Who's strange, Lisa? And welcome to the family. I'm just knocking out the lumpy bits. Obviously, the sponge isn't lumpy, it's just where it's poured in. There we go. Just want to smooth it over that side a bit. I reckon I could have done with just a fraction less. Needs to be a little bit runnier. However, that's good to go. We may end up having a few of these in the next few days, just so I can get the exact measurements right. There's still I can see it's just a little bit thick in the middle there. Well, it's slightly looser, ever so slightly. I know we're going to roll it, so it isn't really going to matter. Right, okay. Can make jam ready. Yes, you know. I know the cat. I know. Right, 10 minutes. God, blimey. Face full of steam. Go on, let's do it. Let's have some fun. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Sorry, folks.
10 minutes. Starting now. By the way, if you need more
Alexa,
time...
no thanks.
I'm not sure what you wanted to change.
She's stopped now. I get lots of complaints when I do that because everybody else's Alexa goes off. Yeah, full on. I've got 2 trays of ribs in the oven.
You might tend to be a jerk playing with sponge.
So I've got a tray of pork ribs with jerk seasoning and a tray of pork ribs with harissa, actually, today. Right, we're going to make a strawberry cream to go inside. These were reduced. Look at the quality of those. These were reduced. Like, what on earth? Full tray for £2. I'll pick out the ones that have got any sign of. They're maybe even ripe, some of these.
There's a few little ones in the fridge still.
Is there? All right. Yeah, little sponge cakes, perfect. Just gonna make a trifle. Oh, I thought you were getting out some little ones. Are they old ones or are they good ones?
They're good still. They're just older.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah. But we're gonna mash them anyway, so. Just so we actually have a measurement. Right, we'll call it 100 grams. It's just over. So I'm just using it for those little ones. What would that sponge work? That's it, work in a tap pan. Yes. Yeah, work in any pan. It's just a very light sponge. Very flexible as well.
Usually sounds totally no.
Yeah, not for this.
It's really oversized now.
Yeah, the tiny little strawberries.
Although it would be good for the ribs, wouldn't it?
We'll actually use it to slice through the ribs because they were big sheets. So who's at a barbecue? Or who's intending on having a barbecue today? Yes, black. Actually, I saw a little video about making your own blackberries, as in growing your own from seed. So like harvesting the seed, getting a little plant going. Nice idea. Right. All I'm going to do is chop these up and then mix them. We've got some double cream here, which the heat has affected, so it's gone really thick. It's perfectly good. It's just not good in coffee. So, to our 100 grams of strawberries, I'm going to add. Look at it. It's gone completely solid. That wasn't 200. That wasn't set right. We get that whole, because we're going to have to do the whole lot, aren't we?
So 100 grams of strawberries.
It's 200 grams of fresh cream. I'm going to whisk in some cream cheese. Thinking you could use a sponge and a savoury, like, oh, ooh. Yeah, salmon. Yes, actually, yeah, you'd have to sort of season the sponge, wouldn't you? It's a newness. That's quite unique. It'll help thicken it again, Kathy, and hopefully, if we do freeze it, it'll stop it from going too firm. Spoon. I use 100 grams of cream cheese in there. There we go. Now, I haven't added any sweetener to this. I suppose that's very much your choice whether you want to sweeten it up anymore, or really depending on the strawberries as well, isn't it? Yeah, it needs a little bit. Just a little bit. So I think 15 grams into that. Obviously the sponge is going to be sweet, isn't it, as well? So. Yeah, didn't need much more than that. A gooseberry's high in carbs? Not that high, no, because they're quite sour, aren't they? Are you able to check on that, or should we put it on there? I can't remember now. Not a gooseberry fan, actually.
This is American, so going on with that.
I bet they're probably actually only got 4s and 5s thinking about it.
My first site's quote says 10.
Okay.
Yeah, 10.
10 grams. So, okay, fairly high. I mean, blueberries often said are an ideal fruit, but they're sort of over 10 grams of carbs per 100. We tend to stick to strawberries and raspberries, blackberries. Yeah, blueberries, yeah.
How long is that?
Well, timer.
Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have 2 minutes left on your 10-minute timer.
2 minutes. We'll give it the full 2 minutes. I can't even see. What's no? So, hi Deb. How do Panda cakes compare with normal cakes, please? Right, okay. So the Panda Flour is very much a straight replacement, not in volume, but for standard flour. So as most keto low carb cakes use ground almonds and maybe some coconut flour as the bulking agent. The Panda Flour replaces both of those. Or if you're converting a traditional recipe, it creates a very, very light cake. So the best compliment we've been paid, one of the best, is that it actually tastes like a normal cake, as in it's got the same texture. It's not got a dense, almost gritty texture because of the ground almonds. It is a very, very fine flour. So it works in very similar ways. You just use much less of it. So if you've got a recipe where you'd have used 100 grams of normal flour, you may only use 20-30 grams of Panda Flour because it's much more absorbent, mostly because it's mostly fibers. Rhubarb, yes. We're going to be doing something with rhubarb soon, actually. Rhubarb is great. Actually, that is low. It's a 2 and a 3 carbs per 100. So it's usually how much sweetener we have to add to it. Trick for using rhubarb is mix it with raspberry or strawberry. Although strawberries are not that strong when cooked. Raspberry's better. You sort of eliminate the need to add a lot of sweetener. You know what I mean? If they're very tart, it depends how tart you like the rhubarb. Here we go. So you can get sour cherries. There is an issue getting hold of them now. Right, Alexa, stop. Lidl's used to stock sour cherries last year, but they've not been around at all recently. Okay. 10 minutes. It feels firm all over. Right. We're just going to give it a second just to sort of let the immediate heat come out of it. But obviously we want to roll this whilst it's warm. What frying do you have? I'm going to roll it whilst it's warm. There you go. Now, the other one rolled instantly. Now, this is a bit thicker, so I'm going to take a little bit more care, but you can sort of see I'm not having to use grease proof. I'm not having to sort of do anything with it at the moment. Just going to roll it. And actually, that's perfect. So I'm going to pop that in the freezer now and see if we can get that cold enough in the next 20 minutes. It won't take long to cool down. I mean, this one is good to go. Yeah, this is absolutely good to go. This was a 4-egg version. This is a 5-egg version. No, 6-egg version, isn't it? So almost double, not quite double on the Panda. But you can sort of see the thickness as well. Fairly consistent as well. So it's not too bad. Right, I've just popped it into the freezer. Let's hope the steaks and the ice packs that are in there around it are going to help. Looks like underlay. Ross, it's sponge. Let's have a little taste of this one. I'm not going to miss this end. So you can, if you want to use it as underlay, Ross, it's probably cheaper. But it's different to the other cakes. I can't think what's. Oh, there's no sour cream in.
That was going to be my other suggestion. If instead of adding another egg, so it depends on how eggy.
Yes, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Could have added sour cream. Yeah. Well, the last time I tasted underlay, it wasn't as good as this. All right, so it's a bit chewy. This is good. I won't judge it now, Dan. All right. Who knows a joke? No, don't, please, Ross. We don't need them.
So the recipe isn't finished, but I've created the link for it. So it'll be there. It's definitely not eggy.
No, it doesn't taste eggy, does it? All right. Do you know what? While we're waiting, and we have got a little while, show us how to make a mint mocha. Mint mocha? What are you on about, Cat? I'm not frying Panda sponge. No, I was challenged to see whether I could make a Panda mug cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
The vanilla mug cake.
Or the I suppose lava doesn't have any flour in it.
No, lava is just coconut powder. I put a dash of coconut flour in, but it's not necessary. But the vanilla mug cake actually needs a flour.
Needs a flour.
It's got currently it's vanilla protein and coconut flour.
So what? Where's the recipe?
In the library.
Is it under mug cake?
Yeah, there's really handy search function and recipe category.
Rosie's mug cake or vanilla mug?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Okay.
So Kat wants a mint coffee mocha.
No.
If I'm making a mocha, it's because I've decided to make a chocolate milkshake and it's not bitter enough, so I add more coffee. Speaking of which, I need to make some ice.
All right. Mug cake. 1 egg. 60 mils of unsweetened almond milk. We've not had almond milk in for months.
So you don't. Well, no, I usually have it in, but I've just finished up.
So cream and water?
I mean, I just normally use water instead of almond milk, but yeah, you can use either.
I use a little bit. Actually, no, I've not made it out of Panda, but tiramisu, mascarpone, oh, it's beautiful. You can make it quite easy, but I'm not doing that now. I haven't got any mascarpone. All of the ingredients into a microwavable bowl, mug. Right, okay, so let's do it in, I'm going to do it in here so we can see the consistency.
Why is Dan, have you got a joke?
Why do pandas make awful boyfriends? Go on, Dan. Why do pandas make awful boyfriends? So I'm gonna the 60 mils of unsweetened almond milk. I'm gonna use 15 cream, and then the rest cold water.
What are the measurements for that baking tray?
25 by 30. Yeah, 25 by 30. Right, so I'm making it up to 60. Okay, so there's water. This is going to be kryptonite cake. This is what we're calling this, kryptonite cake. Egg, unsweetened almond milk, cream and water. A bit of vanilla. It sort of didn't register. Well, there you go. I might have registered a little bit more. Just a couple of grams. So it says vanilla protein powder, but obviously we're replacing it for vanilla. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. And then it will just be Panda. So it says 10 grams of coconut and 10 grams of protein powder. What do we reckon, folks? It's somewhere between 5 and 10. Let's go with 5 to start with, see what it looks like. Actually, I haven't got coffee today, Ross. I'm being good. I've drank an absolute bucket load of electrolytes. And I've had 2 Gabelong oolong teas since I've been home. Right, 5 grams looks a little bit watery. So we're going to go with... I don't understand why I always have to work in 5s. I've gone 3. Let's say 8 grams. Let's see what that does. Does it go thick, the mug cake recipe, or is it quite a...
That one's quite runny.
Quite runny?
Not that runny.
Okay, so 2 more grams. We know how absorbent this is. Okay, so that has taken 10 grams. Right, okay. Yeah, that's suddenly... Right, 60 to 90 seconds. So straightforward, just vanilla. There's nothing else in there. I suppose you could flavour it with other things. Because I see it's a thickish paste. Got some, I don't know, raspberries, blueberries, whatever you want us to drop in there as well. Never a massive fan of strawberries in a hot pudding like this, but raspberries definitely. Why am I adding paprika? What am I adding paprika to? Right, so that's, you can sort of see in there, so it's only just about half filled the dish. Let's see what happens. 60 to 90 seconds. We'll do 60. So we add paprika to most things, don't we? So, we're not far off, you know. It's probably. Should have maybe put that in the fridge while I was doing this lot. Okay. Is protein powder suitable? Yes, it is really. It'll be essentially to replace a flour protein powder. Or definitely use unflavoured protein powder as a normal flour substitute. I've seen the unflavoured protein powder used in other things like bread, but it's quite difficult to use.
It can create a plasticky kind of sheen.
Yeah.
It does work in some things, but you can't use it like you would ground almonds in large bulk because it just goes all gluey.
Yeah, so I've checked it at 60. It'd risen and started to sink again. It doesn't look like it fully cooked, so I've just put it in for another 30. And we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, so protein powder, you often use it in very small amounts. It's always used alongside, like you often use it alongside maybe ground almonds or coconut flour, something like that. You wouldn't use it as a straight out and out single flour. That's better. So there you go. So it's risen up to almost the full height of the mug. Let's get a spoon. It's definitely cooked all the way through. There you go. Needs a flavour.
Did you not add any vanilla?
Yeah, I added vanilla, but it's not strong enough in it. So I would say yes, it works. It absolutely works, but it's not. Oh, do you know what I didn't add? Didn't add any sweetener. I didn't add any sweetener. That's why it tastes more eggy than it should, because it's got no sweetness to it. But it's very similar. It's very similar to when you do the lava cake in the microwave as well. I prefer to bake mine, but it is a sponge. You can sort of see it is a sponge, like hot sponge. Yeah, it's just not sweet at all. I could do with some flavour. Yes, I added the baking powder. Right. We're sort of good to go. It's chilled, and obviously, as it cools, it's going to keep in its shape more. So we're going to fill it and then sort of roll it. So if you can make make things loopy. So yes, it'll, well, the protein powder. Yes, it'll make things sort of. As I said, it feels quite plasticky. Now, when you reopen this, there's a couple of little cracks inside. However, as long as you're not too vicious with this, then it should. Here we go. Notice you're not trying to overfill this either. Say hello to Louis. Say hello to Olivia. There you go. Say hello to the dogs. And obviously don't go all the way to the edges because it is going to squish itself out just a little bit. And you're going to need to stop in here somewhere, sort of, before you get to the edge.
That is the neatest Swiss/chocolate log you've made.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Mainly because there's no breakages.
There's no breakages, you're correct.
I guess what the pastry is.
You can have a guess, yeah, but if you get it wrong, you'll be living elsewhere.
Is it fathead?
Yes, it's fathead. Welcome to the fathead Swiss roll. Now, I could get more in the middle there. I want to empty it out. Can I fill it? Can I
get the piping thing?
get the piping thing? We've got a piping thing.
Yeah, I've got
Because there's a gap in the middle where I've sort of been a bit too cautious. I mean, if you weren't all here with me now, I'd hold it over the bowl and fill it in from the top. Well, it's determined to make this look.
It needs the
Oh, let me just fill it in from the top.
Okay. I like that piping syringe.
This bit won't appear on the video, yeah?
Well, it won't because you did it whilst the camera was out of focus.
So, by magic, on YouTube, it'll be full.
Needs a topping. It needs like an icing.
Yeah? Here we go. What? What's Ross saying?
I think you're a bit tight and then you should get you doing something else.
I was just being cautious, Ross. That's all it was. Let's find it. Right, I'm gonna pop that in the fridge for now. Careful, Dan. See, the YouTube bit will be sort of showing me fill it and then roll it, and then the finished product will be being full. We've got a little bit of spare cream, which we'll obviously just serve on the side later. It is quite a large Swiss roll, this one. That's how she walks around all the time. We actually don't know what her face it looks like. She's always got a helmet on. Right, done. Do you want to see the ribs before we go?
Archie, wait.
Hello. There you go, dinner. That's what's been cooking for the last couple of hours. These are the jerk seasoning. No, Rob, I'll make a tiramisu soon, promise. And then harissa spiced rack of ribs. They're pretty much done. So that's dinner and dessert done. Thank you very much. That was fun. I'll save the sponge then. I'll save this one for the tiramisu. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty flat tiramisu. It's usually got sponge fingers in it, isn't it?
Oh, whatever. Honestly, never happy. We'll just cut it to tiramisu. Is it wrong that I need to explain what you mean?
Because you're making it soon.
Oh right, okay, sorry. Must be neighbours, next door neighbour's birthday. Somebody's turning up with more flowers. Thank you. See you Friday. Where we'll be here for the sensible thing with Q&A, not Wing It Wednesday.
You've also got Kick tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Kick tomorrow night. So if anyone wants to come and join us for Kick, 7:30. Just an introduction to a low carb and keto lifestyle. If you know of anyone who is just starting out or just wants to ask a few questions, then that's what the session's there for. So feel free, come along. Members, non-members, it's open to everybody. Just find the link on the website. Right, I'm done. Gonna have some dinner and enjoy an evening off. I'll see you all later. Bye.